What is up, guys? I'm Kylian here and welcome back to another story time. I'd like to say, just as last time when I talked about how I got into YouTube, this time we're going to talk about how I got into gaming. Probably in the background you guys will be seeing some Call of Duty Ghost gameplay. It's two gameplays back to back with the AK-47 and a silencer, I believe. I'm not gonna spoil too much about that, but just watch that. I believe those two are, they're quite decent. They're not the best gameplay, of course, but I just wanted to have something in the background for you guys to watch. So if you just listen to me, that's good as well. Just turn down your page, close it down, and just listen to what I have to say. And otherwise, if you want to watch the gameplay, of course you could. So let's just get into this. Last video, you guys did give me some good feedback on that. You guys wanted them more. I did gain about 8 or 9 likes, I believe, and I think that's some good motivation to do another one. And this time I will be talking about how I got into gaming myself. I started when I was about, I believe, 6 or 7 years old. I bought my first Game Boy Advance. Yes, a Game Boy Advance. That's how I got into gaming. One of my friends had one, and I just had to get one as myself. I had to buy it myself. I believe back in the day it was about 100 euros, which is quite a lot for that age. You're only 7 or 6. I didn't have a job as well, so I had to do some stuff in the home, and it was like straight after my birthday, so I did get some money to buy it, and that's quite good. One of the first games I had on that was like Tarzan, the guy from the jungle. I'm not sure how it's called in England or America, but that's probably one of the first games I played. And then my cousin, he got one as well. He got himself on a Game Boy. He got one of those SP ones. I had like one of the old ones. I could grab it real quick. I got this one. That's the one I got back in the day. And he had like one of those ones which had a light on there. So whenever it was dark, I could barely see. You had to get like an add-on light, so otherwise you wouldn't be able to see anything from your screen. And he just had like his light built in, just as we're used to right now. But back then it wasn't really that certain that I would have stuff like that. So we started playing Pokemon together. I played so many hours of Pokemon. Honestly, I still play Pokemon. I believe I have about 10 or 9 Pokemon games, varying from whatever console I do have. I do have a Game Boy, a DS, a 3DS. I did have a Wii before as well. I have played so many different Pokemon games. It's quite fun to play. And I just started with like the 3DS Pokemon Omega Ruby, and my girlfriend is playing the Alpha Sapphire. But that's one of the things I still really enjoy, is just playing Pokemon. It's quite fun to do, and why not? It doesn't really take too much of the time. You can just play like 15 minutes, maybe 20, and just save it again, and then go play another day. Back those days when we did go on holidays, we would go with my aunt, etc., and they brought their DS as well, and then we would be playing at night from like, I don't know, 7 PM to about 10 PM. We would play Pokemon. It was so much fun back then. And honestly, I still look back to that time, because Pokemon is quite awesome. It really got me into gaming probably, and a few of my friends on the like middle school started playing Pokemon as well, so we could trade our Pokemons. I filled like one Pokédex up, I believe one time on Pokemon Emerald. That's on the Game Boy Advance as well, so that's quite a long time ago. But then I got into PC gaming. Back then I didn't have my own PC. I was able to play for about, I don't know, an hour a day maybe or so, because it was my dad's PC and he had to use it himself as well. So I started playing RuneScape with a few friends from school, and I got really into that. I played it quite a lot. I didn't get to too much of a high level. I did start playing it later on though, and then I did get to a high level. But back then I didn't get to too much of a high level, so that's just, I just played it 1 hour a week or 1 hour a day or so, and that's all the things I really did on that game. But one of the things, a friend of mine, I used to be there like every day of the week, or at least 2 to 3 days we would be at him or my place. And his brother, who I believe I was like 7, 8 years older, started playing Silk Road. It's like an MMORPG where it's just a bit like World of Warcraft, but then back in that time World of Warcraft didn't exist, I believe. I think I was like 11 or 12, and I started playing that. That was really much fun. You could like have like a pet wolf and such. It was really much fun to play that, and I did really play that a lot. But how I got into YouTube and gaming related stuff is probably a year or two later, when I don't know how I came up with the game, but a friend of mine suggested for me to play Warrock. It's like a PC game, but it's just a shooter, and I got really good into that. I did do clan wars and such. I mean, I got even so competitive when I had to cook, I had to eat, but I was still in the clan war. I didn't eat, I just finished it off and then ate a bit later. I did get my parents pissed off a few times back then, but that's just, I mean, that game was so much fun for me. That's where I still have a few friends from work, which I do talk to about once or twice a week. But that game, I mean, on there, I gained my own PC. I mean, I was living on like the attic, the top level of our home, and I did get my own PC finally back then, so I could finally started gaming a bit more a day. I mean, I think was able to play like 4 or 5 hours a day. I mean, it's quite a lot, but from like 1 hour to 4 or 5 hours a week, it's quite to 4 or 5 hours a day. It's quite a lot. So I finally had some stuff to do on my own on my room. I mean, the computer wasn't too good. I believe I had like 512 megabytes of RAM. An overclocked like video card, but it's quite decent, certainly for playing Warrock and such. I mean, you didn't have too much of an optical computer to just play that game. And I got like a new video card from my uncle back then. He installed it in my PC as well, and when that happened, I mean, I could notice the difference on games so good. I mean, whenever my fire rate used to be, I don't know, like 5 bullets a second, I believe went up to about 7 or 8. I mean, I just got more overpowered by having a faster PC. I mean, I can't even imagine what it would be like having a gaming PC back then and just literally owning everyone in the lobby. I mean, I believe I got like a 2.0 KD on that game, but for that time that was quite good. I mean, my clan was like, I don't know, top 40 or so, not real good, but we did some decent stuff. We did win some games here and there. But that's really, that shooter stuff, I mean, that just got me into Call of Duty, of course, because Warrock was like the first shooter I really played, and then like a year or two later, as I said in the last video as well, I got into MW2. I mean, I bought an Xbox because one of my friends had one. We were sleeping over at him back in high school. I mean, I was in like third class. I don't know what to call it, like at the year after your junior year of high school, I was a bunch of friends, and we just got into. He had an Xbox at his home, and he had MW2 as well, so I gave that a go over there, and I really thought like, yes, I should have an Xbox as well. So a couple of, I don't know, months later, I finally saved up enough money to buy myself an Xbox. I did get the 250 gigabyte one. I still have that. It still works. Still the same controllers and such. So I guess it was a good buy. I mean, I didn't really lose it at all, so I still use that to record some of my videos. I mean, the GTA videos are coming from that. But I started playing MW2 on the Xbox. I started off tryharding, of course, but after about a few months or so, a friend of mine who I met on the computer PC gaming had an Xbox as well. And we saw a few videos of I believe it was like Sir Gris and Optic Predator and such, quick scoping on MW2 and free-for-all Rust. I mean, I probably played about 200-300 hours of free-for-all Rust just to get really good at the quick scoping part. I mean, I was still terrible back then. I couldn't even do that in online lobbies. And I might have some really old videos on my old channel where I do have one of my first videos on there. It's like trick shotting and such. I could be able to show that to you guys if you want that. So if you want that, leave that in the comments down below. But I just got into like the quick scoping and such, and I started off my own clan with a few people I met on the Xbox. I mean, it wasn't really anything. I believe we got like 14 subscribers or something. I mean, it's really terrible. We never uploaded a video, but I had to purchase my Alpha PVR. I believe it was about 200 euros back then. I mean, it's quite a lot, but it really paid off its time. I believe I have it for 4 years now, and it still works. I still use it into this day. Only for the Xbox though. I mean, it's not possible with HDMI, so that's one of the downsides of an PVR. But if you have the new one, I mean, that certainly works for you as well. But in that time, I mean, I started using that, and I started recording some of my quick scopes. And I mean, I was so happy when I hit like a triple feed and such, and I just had to post it on YouTube. I believe it's still on there. I could look it up and maybe put it at the end of this video, but I'm not sure if I can find it. But I mean, that just got me into like the gaming and YouTube combining. I mean, watching videos from people who are really good at Call of Duty does give you some motivation to get just as good. I mean, I did really enjoy the videos I did look up back then from like the big names still in this community right now, the like the big Call of Duty sniper people, and that's just so much stuff how I got into gaming. I mean, it all started off when I was younger, as I said. I mean, I started off playing on the Game Boy that I just showed you guys. I mean, I could show my collection. I mean, it's quite big for right now. I mean, I do have like a Super Nintendo NES. I have an Xbox, a PlayStation 4, Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Color, a Nintendo 3DS, a Nintendo DS, etc, etc, etc. But I did so much stuff back then on like the portable stuff which you could bring with you. I even remembered when I had to get my swimming diploma, etc. I brought my Game Boy Advance when I had to wait. I mean, that's quite sad if you think about it, but I did really enjoy that, and that's just what got me into the gaming really. I mean, I did have a bunch of friends at school who gamed with me as well, so that's probably one of the plus sides of the gaming part. I mean, I wasn't doing it on my own, I was doing it with people. I did have like one of those crappy €15 headsets for the Xbox and stuff. I mean, later on I did get my Turtle Beach X11s, which died I believe a few months ago, and I do now have these Tritons where you can just talk with the people, but I don't really do that often anymore. So if you guys want to play with me, might as well leave your gamer tag on Xbox 360 down in the description. I might give you a friend request, and in the PlayStation my gamer tag is the same as on the Xbox. It's I'm Kylian. So if you guys, just as my YouTube, that's just my gamer tag on both consoles. So if you guys want to play with me, just send a friend request. I might accept you and play with you. But that's kind of how I got into gaming. I mean, it just all started off with playing on that Game Boy Advance. I believe I bought about 25 games for that, maybe even more, which is so much for that age. I mean, I did do like sort of a paper round, but then just with advertisements, and I believe it earned me about €10 a week. Not much. I only had to do it once though, but still, whatever the weather was, you had to bring those out. And I did save up every time I had like enough money saved up. I was buying a game. So I mean, I spent so much money on the gaming part. I believe I have like 5k into it easily if you combine the laptops as well. So that's just how I got into the gaming part. If you guys want more videos like these, because I believe the gameplay is almost over, so if you guys want more like story time videos, leave that in the comments down below. Smash that like button on this video. I mean, let's smash, come on, we could at least hit 10 likes. And if you're not yet subscribed to me, do that as well. You can just do that by clicking down below. I mean, there's 2 daily videos coming up every time, probably one Minecraft and one Call of Duty GTA, like shooter based. So if you guys want me to upload twice a day and keep that going, smash that like button, and I'll probably see you guys in the next video. This gameplay is almost over, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day, and peace out.
Friendly Trinity rocket inbound. Enemy SATCOM spotted. Mission accomplished. A good day's work.